So how many of you are committed that, hey, it's not only about today, I'm going to be here on the same time tomorrow and day of tomorrow as well. If you're committed, type in the comment box C. C for what? Committed. Are you committed to be all 3 days over here to learn, to implement? And if you are committed, just type here in the comment box C as committed. All right, so glad to see a lot of response over here. Okay, so let's proceed further. Okay, so before further we proceed, is it okay in just next 1-2 minutes I can introduce myself so that you are aware about the person to whom we're going to listen for next 3 days? Who is this individual? Is it okay if I can introduce myself, everyone? All right, thank you. So, well, my name is Jitendra Yadav. I have around 14 years of experience in IT industry. I started my career as a BA, and then after I worked in various job roles altogether. And right now, when I'm talking to you, so I'm on a mission to help uh, individuals to transform their career in IT industry as Scrum Master. And I'm in the training space from last 6 years, where I have already helped so many individuals who are working successfully, who was able to transition their career in IT as Scrum Master. So either you are from technical background, either you are from a non-technical background, doesn't matter. What is matters is your commitment that yes, I am someone, I am the one who want to make this journey. So if you are committed, so you are at right place, because this 3 days journey is going to be transformational. A lot of things you will be able to learn, and after implementing, definitely you will be able to proceed further in your journey. And when I'm talking to you right now, I am in Bangalore, and I basically belongs to UP, a city called Gazipur, which is near to the Varanasi. I did my education, high schooling and 12th from Patna, Bihar. Then I went for engineering. I did my engineering from Bhopal, Bansal Institute. And then from last 8 years, I'm in Silicon City of India, Bangalore, when I'm talking to you live over here. So that is what is the just brief about me. And I'm here. And why I'm doing this, the reason is I have been through some transformational journey. I was stuck some time in my career, and then I was able to transform. So I thought, why not help individuals as well who are willing to make this journey? In fact, later on, I will also share my story, what I did and how I was able to do so. All right, so let's proceed further. So first of all, what all content-wise we are going to discuss. First of all, we'll talk about what exactly Agile is. In fact, when we talk about Agile, we'll first talk about why Agile, why it's needed. Then after, we'll talk about the Agile values, Agile principles. And as most of you are looking for transition or want to learn about the Scrum, so who is this individual called Scrum Master? And what is the Scrum Master roles, responsibility? We'll be talking about demand, salary. And if you are someone who is looking to transform your career in this hierarchy, in the Scrum Master role, how you can do it in 2 months, I will be also showing you a roadmap for the same. Okay, so all right, so let's proceed further. So here we are going to start. So in fact, before we proceed further, I would just like to understand from all of you, what is your understanding, what is your knowledge about Scrum? So I need a response, 3 characters. If you are someone who has no idea at all, what is Scrum Master, who is Scrum Master, what this person does, you may have heard from someone, but you have not worked as, or you do not have idea. Type in the comment box N. N means what? No or novice. You do not have any idea. So type N. If you are someone who had some idea, maybe you're working, you have part of a Scrum team, and you have little bit idea, you can just type B. B for what? Basic. Okay. And if you are someone who is already following Agile, Scrum, maybe from a couple of years, you have good knowledge, you are using Agile, so type U. NBU. N for no, no idea at all. B for basic. Yes, I do have some basic knowledge. I have gone through some blogs, some video. I have some basic understanding, may have not used. And U for if you are someone who has already using for a couple of years. All right, so let me check here. So I can see most of the people over here as N and B. All right. Okay, okay. Okay, thank you everyone for your response. So by the way, this webinar is not for someone who is very much experienced in that part. So this is for this webinar, I would say there's no prerequisite. So either you are a novice, you are a beginner, or although you have knowledge, you have used Agile, but definitely you will be getting some different perspective over here. And I'm sure it's gonna help you add value in your life, in your actual working of how you're going to implement it. All right. So on that note, let's get started. Okay. And also what we say, like whenever we have to do something, right, in life, anything when you have to do, unless we do not know what is the intent of doing it. And in fact, they're saying, unless why is not clear, right? Unless why is not clear, definitely you will not be able to achieve what you want. So on that note, my next question to you is, what exactly, why you all are here? So there could be multiple reasons. You can select any one of these, what I'm going to show. First one, let's say you are already in a job, you are doing something and you want to earn more. That could be the one reason. Second reason could be increasing your worth. So you are working, you are maybe kind of settled, stuck somewhere, and you want to learn something so that you can improve on your knowledge, and hence it will increase your worth in the corporate wherever you are working. And third one is, you are someone in the technical, maybe QA as a developer, you are working, you have done enough of technical job, and now, hey, it's done a lot. Now I want to move in some managerial life so that I can do a better communication and that aspect. And the last one is better work-life balance. So definitely Scrum Master job is something which gives a better job, a better work-life balance. And that's why so many people choose this one as well. So now my question to all of you, what is your intent? Why you are here? Which one of this you want to choose? You want to earn more? Whatever suits you, you can just add the points in the chat box, either 1, 2, 3, 4, whatsoever it is, just add your response in the chat box. All right, so go on. Everyone, just add your response over here. Okay, okay. Okay, let me see what all I got here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, Jang says, okay, everything you want, all right. 1, 2, 3, earn more and better work-life balance. Okay, all right. Gangadhar says 3, all 4. Bhaskar, share the salary bracket as well. Yes, definitely. Anirban will be just, I'm going to talk about that. All 4, 1, 4. Ella says, okay. In fact, Ella was the one who joined today's session first. She's right at 8 or 7:30 o'clock itself. All right. Okay, so great. So I must say, whatever is your expectation, either it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or it's combination, definitely if you are someone, what it takes, just commitment and focus, definitely you will be able to get. So rest assured, whatever you're looking for, you will be able to get it. So let's jump on the content. What exactly, first of all, who exactly is this individual called Scrum Master? So if we talk about Scrum Master, is someone who is responsible for what? Helping team members so that they are able to perform their work at highest level of efficiency. So if you are working as a Scrum Master, it's not supposed to be that person is supposed to be an individual contributor, do some development, testing or so. As a Scrum Master, this individual is supposed to do what? It's like helping team members so that they are able to perform, do their work at best level of their efficiency. Also, what we say, a Scrum Master is not a decision maker. But yes, although you're not making decision, but what you're going to do, you are going to help your team members so that they can take the right set of decision. Now, how you will be doing that? So because a Scrum Master, the title itself suggests what? Scrum and Master. Master means someone who has expertise on that. And Scrum is what? It's a framework. You are someone who know the framework in the best way, right? So if your team is working in the Scrum framework, you will be guiding them that by using the Agile principle, by using the Scrum framework, how they can be much more productive. That is what is the essence of this job role. And as I said, you are going to help your team members to be highest level on their productivity. For that part as well, what you'll be doing, if there is any roadblocker, if there is any impediment, any challenge they are facing, you're going to make sure that those impediment, those problems, those challenges are resolved. And again, they are back on track to proceed further to deliver the highest level of efficiency, whatever is expected there. Okay, moving next from here. Okay, the next question comes. Yeah, it's good. I understood what is Scrum Master, what this person does, but is it really something that this job is in demand? Is it in the market? There is a need of this job role. The answer is yes, there is demand. In fact, there's a good amount of demand. In fact, wherever there is development is happening in IT project, if we talk about most of the companies now, they are using what? The agile methodology. And if anyone is using the agile methodology, definitely they need someone who can help the team members as in making the Scrum framework in best way possible. And for that aspect itself, what has happened? The need of Scrum Masters comes in the picture, right? And in fact, you can see here that as per a survey, 3 out of 9 uh, jobs will be in demand for what? The Scrum Masters. And also, if you see the growth, there's a lot of growth is in this job role, because wherever there is any development is happening, agile methodology someone is following, without Scrum Master, that cannot happen. And that's why the demand of this job role is there in the market. All right. So moving forward from here, okay, it's fine. It's a good job role. I understood who is the Scrum Master, but is it for me? Is it like I am someone who can be a Scrum Master? Is I'm a good fit for this? So it's like whenever I have to shortlist someone from my training, so I shortlist anyone only on two criteria. One criteria is this job role is something like managerial. So definitely it's not a good fit for a fresher. So yes, if you are someone who is fresher, or let's say just you do your bachelor's 1 year, 2 year, 3 year back, it's not a good fit for you. Means you must have done your bachelor's or master, whatever is your highest degree, at least 5 year back, so that whatever is the gap, you can portray that yes, in your that job role, how you implemented Scrum, and then you can attempt for this job. That is the one thing. And second, what is I look for is having good communication, because this job role is something you need to talk to the people, to talk to the developers, and talk to the management as well. So when you are not having good communication, if you're someone who want to be in, that it's a kind of silos. I don't want to talk to anyone. Let me just give me my work. I want to be protected in my own self. Then yes, let me tell you, this job role is not a good fit for you. But yes, if you're someone who is good in communication, if you're someone who's okay to talk to your team members and other fellow members, this job role is for you. This is two things what I expect, because these are the two things which I cannot help, right? But yes, apart from this, there are also something needed which I do help individuals. And what are those things? So on that aspect, the first one, what you can see as good communication, listening power, as I said, communication is needed. And when I say communication, it's not about talking, and only talking. It's about listening as well, because you are the someone who going to help your team members. And if you're not listening to them, then how you will able to understand their problem, how you're going to help them. And for that note, listening is also an important skill. You must have patience to listen people problem, learning to build Scrum knowledge. And on this note, whatever is needed, everything I do provide over here in this training program. Collaboration, so teamwork, collaboration, project management tools, expertise like Jira, which is used mostly in my training programs. I do provide training on that as well. And the risk management, because as a Scrum Master, if there are certain risks in your project, how to identify the risk, how to highlight that, all those things are covered in this training. So yes, so I just said, there are so many things you need, but I look only for two things. One is what? A good communication, because something it's needed. And second, you must have done your bachelor's degree at least 4 or 5 years back. In which stream it is done, it's in the BE, BTech, it's a BCA, it's a BCom, it's MCom, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on your background. What matters is at least you have done 5 years back, at least done 10 years, 15 years, is totally okay. And you must have commitment that yes, this is something I have to focus on. This is something I have to do. All right. Now, someone asked also in the chat box. So what about the package? If yeah, it looks good, it's good job, it's good opportunity, there's a growth, but what number I can expect? So in general, how it works in IT, it's not only about the Scrum Master. In general, how it works, number of experience you're going to show. Let's say someone is showing 5-year experience into 2 is what I would say average salary. Having, let's say, 10-year into 2 is what 20 is the average. And so this one is what the average, but average doesn't mean that everyone is going to get that. Average is for the mediocre people, I must say. And if you're good, you can attempt, you can try for 2.5 times, you can try for 3 times as well. I know people who are getting much more than this as well, right? So you can attempt for into 3, but I don't want to show such a good rosy picture. So average number, if we talk about multiply by 2, is the average number, is what anyone can expect on. All right. Also about the career track. So what, okay, it's fine. I got a good job. I just Scrum Master. What next? Where I can see myself in the next 5 years. So for that, there are multiple options. One is what, let's say you started your career as Scrum Master, and then after you can further move to the Agile coach as a Scrum Master, then the senior Scrum Master, and then you can go on to the next is what the Agile coach. And this is what is the natural transition. And as Scrum Master, you will be closely working with the team, means your team members. You will be reporting to the project manager. You'll be working with the product owner as well. So if you're someone who started working as a Scrum Master and you build your interest for project, right? So on that part, if you want, you can have transition to the project manager, delivery head. That's altogether a different altogether and hierarchy here. And next to that is what? Okay. And the next to that is what is the other opportunity you have is for the product. So as you'll be closely working with the product owner, if you are someone who build the interest towards the product, you can transition in the product owner, product manager, product head. That's a different altogether hierarchy. So it's all depending on you. What is your interest? Accordingly, you can plan for, I mean to say over here that you do have multiple options based on your interest, based on your inclination. You can choose anyone I want. All right. So let's proceed further. And meanwhile, let me tell you that this program is going to be 1 hour. We'll be meeting tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well, 3 days. And rest assured, whatever you have any question, all your questions will be answered. So just hold on with your question for some time. In fact, some questions I will be taking today at end of this session and tomorrow. And rest assured, in this 3 day, there will not be anyone whose question is not answered. Okay, so just hold on with your questions. Whatever you do have, I am happy to help you on answering your question. Okay, so let's proceed further. Okay, so now let's jump on the actual content. All right, so as we are going to discuss about the Scrum, a Scrum is what? It's a framework of Agile. Agile is what? It's a methodology. The very first question comes at what exactly Agile is. In fact, before we go deep in the Agile, we need to understand why Agile came in the market, why this terminology came in the market, what was the need of it, right? So on that note, what happens if you work on anything, any project, any work, it's not only about the, let's say, about software project, any work you are doing, you must have some plan, some way to do the work so that you can do your work in the best way possible. For example, as you have joined this 3 days training program, I have a structure, like I have some content in my mind, and it's not like randomly something coming in my mind and I'm just speaking on that. I have a structure that, hey, day 1, what is going to happen? Day 2, what I have to teach. Day 3, what I have to teach. Also in the day 1, I have to start, I will be doing this part first, then this, then this, then this. There is a sequence of the content, what we are going to do, right? And same way, as I mentioned also, that if you have any question, hold on with your question. At end of this training, I'm going to answer it. This is also a plan. This is a structure over here. Same way, when I talk about any work, any project, in fact, the IT project for the matter, over here also, if anyone has to work on, definitely we need to have certain way through which we can manage and we can work on the project in the better way. So on that note, what happens? It's about, I would say around 60s. I'm talking about 50, 60 years back. On that time, when the IT was in the nascent stage, there was no any specific way to manage the IT projects. So, and if you remember the 60s time, it was not the IT time, rather it was time of industries like manufacturing, right? So what happens, like whenever we have to do something, research and all, where will go? Where it's in the leading position. So what happens, I just said in 1950s, 60s, there was no way, no mechanism to manage the IT projects. So there was a need that, hey, why not we can have some methodology, some way with that we can manage the IT projects in best way possible. And for that, one gentleman, he started some study, some research he did, and he presented a white paper of his finding that, hey, if you talk about today's time, most of the successful industries who are in the world, they are something following like this. And if you're someone who are looking for a managing a project, you can follow this. And see what happens. I just said that was the time of the manufacturing, right? So on that time, where he visited all that reputed manufacturing companies, what process they're following, he understood, he documented their way of working and how they are able to get the best output. And he presented that model, and to that model itself, what we call it as waterfall methodology. Okay. And now what he presented in his model, he said that, hey, if you have to work on any project, just a moment. If you have to work on a project, first of all, you need to have absolute clarity what exactly you are looking for. Unless you do not have clarity on the requirement, it doesn't make sense to proceed further. So what it said, hey, first of all, you need to have complete clarity on the requirement. And once you have the complete clarity, the next step, what you have to do is you have the clarity about the requirement, you do the design. So what exactly is expected from the project? So you get the, what you need to do, you need to do the requirement analysis. Then you go for the design. Once you have the design ready with you, proceed for development, develop the product, and then next you'll be doing what? Testing of the product, what you have developed. And finally, you can showcase the product to the customer that, hey, this is what you are asking, this is what you are looking for. Right now, if you try to compare this with any physical product development, for instance, I have this glass in my hand, right? So if you talk about, if a company has to launch a product, something like this, what they'll be doing. So they will must have some clarity in their mind that what exactly they are going to launch. So it's like they have already certain product in which segment there is some lacking of their project or the product, and which segment they can launch for it. So let's say they understood that, hey, maybe they have to launch a glass something around 400 ml, 300 ml or so. So that is what is about the requirement. What should be the color, design, and look and feel. They will be thinking for it. And once the requirement is there, then the design, how actually it will look like. It should be transparent like this. It should be yellow, pink, purple, blue. What should be the handle design? It should be, it's like same like cylindrical should be, it should be oval, or what could be the different shape. Once the design is ready, then the actual product development will happen. They will develop it. They will test it as well. And once they test it, we found that, hey, this is something what is the perfect, is what we're looking for. Then only what they'll doing the next step is they will be delivering it to the customer. Do you think that if if I'm a glass manufacturer company, can I just deliver this handle to my customer that, hey, you can start using the handle and we are working on the main glass. We'll give it to you next month and then you can just plug it and start using it. Is it possible? The answer is no. Why? Because if you talk about the physical product, it is required that entire physical product should be developed, assembled together, and then it should be delivered to the end users. And from there, that mindset itself, this methodology came in the picture. But now, if we talk about IT works in a different way. In fact, let me just give you an example. I started using WhatsApp around 12, 13 years back, or 10, maybe I think around 2012. Maybe you all have started maybe on that time, someone maybe started a little earlier. So if I try to recollect whatever features we do have right now in WhatsApp and whatever feature we had 10 years back, there's a complete difference. On that time, there was no audio call, no video call. There was nothing like status. There was nothing like community feature that recently the the WhatsApp has launched. In fact, if you have to send something, you can just send earlier 10 years back, I'm talking about audio file, video file, and image. You were not able to send the PDF and documents. Live location was not there. So what happens? WhatsApp came up with some features what can be useful for the end users. They launched the product. Now they understood the market, they understood the customer need, and they keep on adding on that. And now if you see the WhatsApp, it's revamped, it's totally different. And that's what now you can resonate with this example. So physical product, if you talk about, it has to go entirety to the end users. You cannot deliver it something like a small component. It has to go on in full way. If you have, let's say it's a car manufacturing company. So they have, it's not like, okay, let me give you just the engine, bonnet, seat, I will give you the next month. Or I'm just going to give you the front seat, back seat, I'll be giving you the next month. Nothing like that. Everything has to go on in one go. That is what is all about the physical product development. So this methodology, it's like good where you have absolute clarity of the requirement and when the entire thing has to go in one go once. And as on that time, there was no any specific methodology at all to manage the IT projects. So everyone liked it. Hey, but because they're just saying what something is better than nothing. So it's like in a same company, someone is working in a different way. Someone is company in the same company, someone is working in a different altogether way. So in spite of going to different way, why not we can have a uniform methodology? And that's how the waterfall methodology was proposed. It went hand in hand and people liked it, started using and got benefited also. But I just said the challenge over here was customer has to wait a longer time. So maybe around 1 year, 2 year for the entire project duration. And then only they were able to get the final output, what was expected over there. Okay, so that is what is the all about the waterfall. So how it works over here. So in IT projects, if we talk about, let's say there is a company, there is some company, let's say, okay, let me start the notation here. Here we go. Yep. So let's say there is an e-commerce company. One moment. Yes, here we go. So let's say there is a company, e-commerce company, and that company, if you talk about this e-commerce company, what is they want to build a product. For example, let's say there is a company who is in manufacturing of shoes, right? So they have shoes, they have socks, shoes for gents, male, female, kids, and all together. So many varieties that they do have. And what they're expecting is, as maybe they have 100 of outlets across the country, and now they're looking to go digital. Why not I can offer something that my customer can walk into my site, to my website, and over there itself they can purchase the product. So they approach to an IT company and they figure it out that, hey, in order to complete this complete project, there are something like, let's say, 1,000 functionalities what need to be built. This is what is the requirement. Now, if we have to go on in the waterfall way, how it works, first of all, there will be team of individuals who will be working over here, to whom we call it as what? BA. BA stand for what? Business analyst. So what this individual will be doing, BAs will be doing, they will be interacting with the customer and they will be trying to understand what customer is looking for, getting the requirement from them. And once they have the requirement, what the next step will be, they will be working on a document to which we call it as BRD. So what BRD stand for over here? BRD stand for Business Requirement Document. And let's say this entire cycle of capturing the requirement, it took something around, let's say, 1 month of time. So 1 month time is gone in what? Requirement understanding. Then next step happens what? Is understanding the design. So now we got the requirement. We need to work on the design. So how the page will look like, how many pages will be there, where will the menu bar, what all color combination, navigations and all, and also about the technical design. So let's say it took something around 2 months of time, right? So altogether, how much time gone? 1 month requirement, 2 month design, 3 month time is gone. And what is the output of these 3 months? Just a set of documents, no working product. And next one over here is what? The actual development started. Now they got the requirement, they got the design, and development started. And let's say development happened for something around, for example, let's say 7 months. So after 7 months, what happened? The product is developed. But now let's say customer is saying, hey, like you're saying you are done, you have developed it, can you show me? Company will say, hey, no, we have developed it, but it's not yet tested. We're going to test it to make sure it is aligned with your need. So the next page is what? The testing. Now testers will come in the picture, the QA guys, and they will perform testing. Let's say 2 months gone over here. So altogether 1 month, 2 months, 7 months, 2 months, in total around, let's say 11 months or 12 months. And finally, after a year, customer will be able to see the product, what exactly he has asked for. The challenge in this approach is there is a good amount of waiting time. So I gave a requirement today, and after 1 year I got, and maybe whatever you guys have developed, developers has done, team has done, it's not aligned with that. Maybe in this 1 year, the market dynamics has been changed. So this was the challenge over here in this approach. And that's what there is a need that, hey, why not? We can have some different methodology where we can build the things faster. So for that note, to resolve that problem, around 17 professionals, they met together around 20 years back from today, and they proposed a new methodology. What they said, hey, whatever you are doing in this waterfall approach, everything is needed. It's not like you're doing something wrong. It's all required to have requirement analysis, to the design, develop, testing, and maintenance. But what we are going to propose is, the idea is how we can build the product faster and how we can satisfy on the same time to the customer as well on the faster. And in fact, whatever we do, always we think from the customer perspective, how we can solve the customer problem in better way, right? That is what is always the intent. So on that note, they propose a new methodology, and to that only what we are calling it as Agile. So what exactly Agile is, let's talk about. So first of all, I just said, Agile is not a rocket science. This is not something, it was totally revamped or new things they proposed. They said, hey, whatever you are doing, keep on doing. But the only difference is, in spite of waiting for entire 1 month, 2 month, 3 months on the requirement, why not you focus on the highest priority, which is going to be useful for customer, and just focus on that, design that, develop that, test that, and give it to the customer. Why not go on this way? Although you are doing the same thing, but you are doing one by one that, hey, let me do the complete requirement, complete design, complete testing, and then only I'm going to give it to the customer after 1 year. In spite of that, what they say, hey, take certain piece of requirement, which is the highest priority, design that, develop that, test that, and showcase to the customer. Get the feedback from the customer. It's okay, it's fine, not okay. Again, ask for something else, and then check for the next set of priority requirement, design, develop, test, give it back to the customer. And over here again, showcase it. The idea is keep on doing the same thing till the time you have not built the entire product. And finally, there will be a time when you have built each and everything and showcase to the customer. Now, if you see, the beauty of this approach is here customer doesn't need to wait for a longer time, for a year, for a 2 year, for 3 year. Every small time interval, let's say 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, whatever suits, we are showing something that, hey, this is what we have built. Right? So in this approach, what happens? Customer is onboarded and customer is also confident that, hey, these guys are, it's not like just saying what we have done. I have done this, I have done this, I have built 50%, I have built 80%. Rather, they are showing me also, and I'm able to play with the application. And on that note over here, one more thing, what also happens in this approach is, as we are going to deliver things in a smaller chunk, maybe after, let's say, 2 iterations, customer is saying, hey, whatever you guys have built over here, like this much, it looks good to me. We can launch this to the market and let the end customer, end user start using it. And then after, we can further keep on adding more functionality. If you want, we can keep on adding that. That is what is the benefit of it. And in terms of IT, in terms of marketing, we use a word called what? Go to market. In your interview also, if the question is asked, hey, why Agile? What is the difference? What Agile holds value? What Agile has edge on the waterfall? So it's because we are going to deliver things faster to the end users. So this enable us to deliver the value to the end users faster and making a shorter go-to-market. Go-to-market means, shorter go-to-market means, over here in the waterfall approach, customer has to wait for 1 year. And over here in Agile, if customer is saying that, hey, in 2-3 months, whatever you have built, it's good enough to launch, we can launch it. And then we'll keep on adding the new functionalities on that. And that's what is the problem statement, what Agile solved. And that's why if you see today's time, most of the companies are using this methodology. So if you talk about waterfall, how many phases are there? Requirement analysis, design, development, testing, and maintenance. And why we are calling it waterfall? Because if you see the waterfall, how it happens, it starts from the top, water is coming down, 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 and it will touch the bottom. So it's not like from down, you can go up and then again come down. It's like it has to go step by step. And that's where over here, the requirement has to go first, then only design. Unless no requirement, no design. Design is not done, developer will say, hey, we can't develop. Development is not done, testers are sitting, okay, first you develop completely, then give it to me, we'll start testing. And this is where the problem was, and it was resolved by whom? The Agile methodology. All right, so let's proceed further. So if we have to summarize, what is the key difference between waterfall and Agile? Waterfall is all about having requirement, design, development, testing in what? Sequential way, one by one. First one, then two, then three, then fourth, and then you develop each and everything. While if you talk about Agile, it's not about sequential. We use a term over here to which we call it as iterative and incremental. Now, what it mean by iterative and what it mean by incremental? So by iterative, it means by iteration. So let's say we worked on something and then further the same thing, we're going to repeat it. So it's like iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, like in your bachelor's, master's, whatever you degree you have done, let's say it's a semester wise. So semester 1, semester 2, semester 3. So it's like each and everything is equal semester, like 6 month or 3 month, 6 month semester. In semester 1, you learned around 5, 6 subject. Again, it's gonna start. For every semester, there will be registration process, there will be semester, there will be midterm exam, there will be final exam, there will be practical. And then after you will be giving the exam, you passed and you go for the next semester, right? So this is what is the iterative way. We keep on doing the things in iteration, and also what we call it as incremental. What it mean by incremental over here is whatever you have built the product in, let's say iteration 1 and iteration 2, whatever you are building, it will be on top of that. Iteration 3, whatever you are building, it will be on top of iteration 1 and 2. Just for example, I talked about the WhatsApp application. WhatsApp, when started, it has certain feature, and every 2, 3 months they will be keep on enhancing, keep on adding. So it's like the new functionality, it's not like standalone. It will be on top of the previous development. And that's what we call it as incremental approach. We are going to have incremental approach over here to make sure that my customers are going to get benefit, going to get value of the things in faster way possible, right? This is what is the core difference about the Agile and a waterfall. Further, if we talk about Agile, if you go and deep dive on this Agile, what we call it Agile is a methodology. Okay. And if you talk about Scrum, what exactly is the Scrum? Scrum is a framework. So question come in, what is methodology? What is the framework? So just to give a different example, apart from it, so we all know, like, in which is the popular sports in our country, which one is cricket, right? So cricket is a game, cricket is a sports, just like football, like tennis, like chess. There are so many games, so many sports, and same way cricket is one of the game. Now, cricket is the game. How you play cricket, it varies. We have format of 5-day match. We have format of, let's say, a 1-day match, which happens like every day we'll have 50-50 over. We have format of 20-20 over as well. And in fact, today's time, there is a 10-10 over format also coming up. And I do remember on my childhood days, when we are playing the bat ball on the roof, it was 2-2 over match, right? So now if we talk about either it's a 1-day, it's a 20-20, it's a 5-day match. There are certain things which never change. For example, how many overs, how many balls in an over? 6 balls. A person like catch out, run out, stump, how to score, that's 1, 2, 4, 6. There are certain way. The basics never change. So the format is changing. In spite of 5 days, you are now squeeze the game in 1 day. In spite of 1 day, you squeeze the game in 20-20 overs. But still, the basic never change, right? So now try to relate the same thing. Consider Agile as a cricket. Agile is what? It's a methodology. Now, how you play the cricket is a different format. It's like 20-20, it's a 1 day, it's a 5 day, it's the format what you decide. Same way, Agile is a methodology. How you're going to use the Agile methodology in your project is what it differs. It could be, let's say, Scrum, it could be Kanban, it could be XP. There's so many others as well. So this is what is the difference between the methodology and the framework. Now, going back to my slide here. So Agile, you can see it's a bigger umbrella. Under Agile, there are various small things. What you can see is what? The format, how you play it, how you implement the Agile, and to which also we are calling over here is what? The framework. So Scrum is a framework which uses the Agile principles, and then you can work on the complex project, complex problem, and you can solve that, resolve that in better way possible. Same like Scrum, we do have something called extreme programming. We do have something called Lean, Kanban, Crystal. So many are there. But if you talk about popularity wise, which is having much more market share, is what is the Scrum. And wherever a company is following agile methodology, they must be looking for someone who can manage the project in better way possible. And to that person only what we call it as Scrum Master. Because you are the someone who know the Scrum in best way possible. And definitely you will be able to manage, guide, mentor, coach, train the team members so that they are able to perform the work on highest level possible. This is what I would say the agile and Scrum, you can relate it. And the next is what we are going to talk about the Scrum framework at a glance. In fact, we'll be spending a good amount of time on this slide tomorrow. This is what is the major topic for tomorrow class. So when we talk about Scrum framework, so there is an acronym what we do follow here, and the acronym what we call it as 353. So what exactly this acronym 353 stand for? So when we say here 3 and then 5 and the last is what we have the 3. 3 is what we do have 3 means we have 3 roles. Further, if I talk about 5, what exactly is the 5? 5, what we do have is the events. And last 3, what you can see here, to which we call it as artifact. So what are these 3 roles? What are the 5 events? What are the 3 artifacts? Okay, I'm just going to introduce these things today. And tomorrow we'll be talking about this in much detail. So if I talk about 3 roles, what all 3 roles we do have in Agile, in the Scrum framework, the first role, what you can see is the product owner. Second role, to which we call it as developers. Earlier, it was called as a team, but now we call it as developers. And third role, what you can see here as who? The Scrum Master. And if you talk about the next set of things over here as 5, what you can see, what it mean by 5? 5 events. The event number 1, to which we call it as sprint itself. What is sprint? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And inside a sprint, we'll have certain events. What those events are? For example, there's something called sprint planning meeting. We have something called daily stand-up meeting. We have something called sprint review. And the last one, what you can see, is something we call it as sprint retrospective. These are the what? 5 events, which happens, these 4 events, which happens in a container event, to which we call it as sprint. And the last 3, what you can see here, to which we call it as the artifact. So what exactly is the artifact? 3 artifacts we do have. The first artifact we do have over here is what? The product backlog. Then the second one, what we do have is the sprint backlog. And third one, to which we call it as finished work. And also we call it as the product increment, right? So these are the things that we will be talking about in detail in tomorrow's class. What all, in fact, in detail, we'll go and we'll deep dive on this, because these are the, in fact, the major content of the Scrum. If I talk about the best part of the Scrum is there is not so much complex jargons. There are not so much complex terminology. All are very much simple. In fact, with the name itself, anything you see here, you will be able to relate it. Like product owner, someone who is owning the product. Scrum master, someone has mastery about the process, which is what the framework is, the Scrum, right? So any event also, if you see, the naming convention is designed in a way that's very much simple to understand. And that's what is the beauty. And that's why I say, if you are someone who is looking for transition in your career, Scrum master, I must say, is the easiest one, because it is something which is not require the technical expertise, not requiring your technical skill. And with your knowledge, it's easy to understand. And the best part is Agile or Scrum. It's not only about the IT, about the software. In fact, whatever you are doing in your life, in your personal life, in your other part of your life as well, professional life, whatever you are doing, you can relate the things. You can manage the things. So what exactly it is, it's like about you have certain deliverables, certain things that you have to do. For example, let's say you have to do a job search. So is it possible that anyone can get a job in a day? The answer is no. So you need to have a plan for that. And how you'll be planning it? So let's say you want to get a job. So you'll be thinking for that, okay, what will be the first step? I have to prepare my CV. So CV preparation is the first task. Then creating the profile on the multiple job portals. Keep on applying for that. And as well as you have to work on the questions, answer, preparing, and all those things, right? This is what you'll be doing. So it's like set of activities, what you have to do. And accordingly, we'll be planning that, hey, first week, let's say getting a job is a 2 months task. So I will divide my 2 months duration in a small milestone. Week one, my CV is ready. Week two, let's say portals has to be, my profile should be there. And then parallelly, I'm keep on working on my interview questions. And week three, week four, I have to start giving interview. Whatever response I got, I have to polish myself on my knowledge, on my communication, and making sure that I'm able to get that. Same way, I just give an example. Any task you are doing, let's say I'm in Bangalore right now. If I have to relocate to Delhi, so it's not only about, it's a project, I can take it as that, hey, in 6 months, I have to relocate to Delhi. So what all activities required for me to transition, for me to relocate to Delhi, I can take it as a project and I can make it in a Scrum way. So let's say 6 months, 1 month, month one, what I have to do, second month, what I have to do, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth month, finally, I will be in my destination. So Scrum is so easy to understand. Anyone can understand it. And that's why I say it's easy to learn and it's easy as well to transform your career in this journey. All right. So just to, as we are in the last 4 or 5 minutes of this today's session, just to recollect what all we discussed. So we discussed about the waterfall, right? How many phases are there in the waterfall? Just add your response in the chat box. How many phases in the waterfall? Everyone, just add your response in the chat box. Let's see how much you are able to recollect. All right, go on. Okay, how many phases are there in the waterfall? There's a 1, there's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? Add your response. Okay, one moment. I think let me enable the chat here. One moment. All right. Okay, so go on. So how many are phases in the waterfall? Go on. All right, 5. All right. So everyone, 5 phases. Good, good. So what are those 5? So in short, just mention it. Not required to do it completely. In short, it's like for the requirement REQ. In short, you can write it here. All right, very short. Anil has mentioned here RDTTM, requirement, design, development, testing, maintenance. All right, all right. So we do have the 5 phases over here. Now, next question. I discussed about an acronym. The last slide where I went, I discussed about one acronym. What was that acronym? Numbers I used. What was that number? Okay, let me see, 353, 323 as well. Okay, okay. So what stand for 353? Like what is 3, what is 5, and what is 3? All right, 3 roles we do have. Okay, yes, roles, events, and artifacts. So in the Scrum, if we talk about, we have acronym, what we call it as 353. 3 is what? Roles. 5 is events, and the last 3 is what? Is the artifact. Roles, events, and artifact is what it stands for 353. And tomorrow's session is what we are going to talk about in detail. All right. So Gangadhar says, what about testing role? Right. So good question. In fact, this is what I will be talking about in tomorrow's session. In fact, let me give my own story. When I gone through this Scrum training first, I'm talking about 8 years back, I was working as a BA. And I got to know that on the slide, the presenter is saying, hey, there are 3 roles: product owner, developer, and the scrum master. Next 30 minutes, I was thinking internally, hey, where is going to be my career? Where the BA will fit in, right? Same thing question comes in the QA's mind as well, that, hey, where I as a QA will fit in over there, right? So yes, we'll be answering all that in tomorrow's class, right? So how many of you got value, got some good knowledge from today's session? Did you got some knowledge, some good knowledge? If yes, type me in the comment box. All right. Okay, great to see all the response over here. So, okay, so yes, so thank you for all of your response. And I asked in the initial first starting of the session, how many of you are committed that yes, I'm going to come tomorrow as well on the same time? Are you committed? Type again C in the comment box. Are you committed? Yes. In fact, let me tell you, commitment is what one of the Scrum value. Scrum has 5 value. One value of the Scrum is what? Commitment. And if you're someone who is today and going to come tomorrow, you're going to show that, yes, you are having Scrum value, right? And also, as I said, this is going to be a 3 days webinar, today, tomorrow, and day after. And tomorrow, how many of you are really willing to shift your career? How many of you want to shift your career in the Scrum Master job role? If you are someone who want to shift your career, type S in the comment box. S for shift. All right. I can see various response over here. All right. So basically, if you are someone who is willing to shift in this job role, in this career, so tomorrow, like I will be explaining you, if you are someone who is liking my training, if you are someone who is interested to take this journey further, I have a paid program. This 3-day is an introduction to give you a basic knowledge about the Scrum. And I will be explaining tomorrow how, if you're someone who want to transition in this job role, how I can help you. So if you are someone who is interested for that, again, it's going to be completely option. 2-day session are totally free. You can attend again tomorrow and day after. In fact, I invite each one of you. And if you think that, hey, I'm able to resonate with this individual, my problem, my thing, whatever I'm looking for, it's going to resolve, solve. I will be going to give you detail about the program as well, and also an amazing offer, right? An irresistible offer, plus some free gift as well tomorrow I'm going to give you. So timing remains same. Link also remains same. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow is what we are going to meet. Okay. And meanwhile, if anyone having any question in whatever we discussed today, you can ask. In fact, I'm going to option for you to unmute yourself. You can just raise your hand and I will unmute you. You can ask question. So Suresh, I can see, do you have any questions, Suresh? You can ask. Okay, let me unmute Suresh. Yes, Suresh, go on. If you have a question, you can unmute yourself. Suresh, if you are here listening, yeah, go on. You have a question.
Yeah. Yes,
yeah.
sir. So I was working as a program manager in reputed manufacturing industry. So I want to shift my career into Scrum Master. So I was done that in PMP also, but still I'm not get perfectly fit into the Scrum Master role. So I got an interview also. They're completely looking for who is handle that software development cycle related to software industry, like IT industry experience. So how I can prepare myself to completing this course and equip myself to get into this IT industry as a Scrum Master.
Okay. So Suresh, as okay, and how many altogether you have work experience in total?
11 years, sir.
11 years. So like I have students who has worked in manufacturing, who has worked in civil industry as site engineer, site manager. I have students who has worked in the banks, and they have been able to transition in this journey. So it's like you have to portray, if you see that, hey, I have worked in the manufacturing or whatever, and I have experience of that one only. definitely no one gonna welcome you on that for the interview,
Okay.
right? So what you have to
Okay.
do, you have
Okay.
to portray that whatever was my job title was, how I was using Scrum, right? So in that way,
Okay.
you have to portray. In fact, tomorrow we will talk about that much more in tomorrow's session. So I just
Okay.
said I have
Thank you, sir.
students who has done the BCom, MCom, BA, BE, BTech in civil, mechanical, and they have been able to transition. And that's where I help individuals to transform career in this journey. Okay. So next I can see Praveen. Okay, go on. Praveen, you can unmute yourself if you have a question.
No, sir, I didn't have any question.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So next we can go ahead with Gangadhar. Yeah, Gangadhar, you have a question?
Yeah. I would like, okay, I'm a QA manager. I would like to go for Safe Agilist program. After this session, can I go? Can I go for?
No. So this session is for the Scrum. We in this program, I'm not going to talk in detail about the Safe. I just give an introduction. It's not about the Safe. It's about the Scrum.
Okay, Safe Agilist, it's altogether another program and it would
Yes, it's a different program. You can connect with me personally, and then I can guide you on that. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Next we have Ariban. Go on. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi, sir. Actually, I have around 5.3 years of Scrum experience. I'm
Hmm.
looking for the job from last 3 months, but I'm means released from my previous organization, so I'm immediate joiner. But still now I'm not getting the job in Scrum, so I have done some certification like Scrum certified, Agile certified, Product Owner certified, but still not I'm getting the job. I don't
Okay.
know whether it is a problem with my package or that's why I just wanted to know the bracket of the Scrum Master package.
Okay. So how many interviews you have given for Scrum Master? Yep, go on. How many interview you have given for Scrum Master? You can unmute again.
Yes. So I have given around 20-25 interviews.
Okay. And 20 interview you have given, but you have not got selected yet.
No, means some of the interviews I go up to the final round, and
Mhm.
when it comes to the offer, then they are telling that it is on hold. They are
All right.
not telling what is the problem. They are having the problem with the high package or something like that. I don't know.
All right. So again, my experience with my students, it takes 5 interview to be in that zone to start cracking interview. And not, I would say my single student has given more than 10 interview and not got the job. So there may be some challenge. Again, it's a very short time to judge you, or we need to fix something. Maybe in your pitch, maybe in your CV, maybe in the way
Okay.
how you're introducing yourself, or something the way you are going to answer the questions. So it's not about the answer; it's about how you answer that. That also matter. Something need to be tweaked. Otherwise, practically, it's not possible at all that someone give 20 interview and not get selected,
Okay.
right? So maybe you attend tomorrow's session as well, tomorrow and day after,
Yes,
some
sir.
clue you'll be getting, and if required, we can work later on this.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Next, we can go ahead with Ravi.
Uh,
Yeah. On.
Hey, hi. Actually, I'm in the office, but I can talk. So I have because actually I'm in the digital marketing, and I have total 8 years of experience in digital marketing. And
Mhm.
currently, my position is manager. I'm handling a 20 people of team
Okay.
and executing the content development testing team also,
Mhm.
uh, and completely into the website development part.
Mhm.
So am I means eligible for the Scrum Master because I have heard a lot about the Scrum Master now also.
So definitely you are eligible. So I just said that people from the civil, mechanical, from different industry altogether, they can transform. At least you are in somewhat related industry. You are in the digital marketing, right? So definitely you
Right.
can.
Yeah. So means I just means I want to know more about the program. How because we are working right now. Means I am working right now. So
Hmm.
how we can means uh, join the means
All
when the
right.
classes we
So
are
about
when the
that,
program
yes.
schedule. Yeah.
So everything about the program, how I can help you. And I would say it's a proven model, proven roadmap. I'll be explaining that tomorrow. So just join tomorrow and I will be explaining entire things and about the program, how the journey is going to be, how much time it's going to take. And I would say it's not a difficult thing. Anyone can do. It just requires the commitment. If you are someone who is committed that, yes, I have to make this transition, definitely you can do that. We'll explain about the program tomorrow.
Okay, so I have few more questions. Can I ask that question
Later,
tomorrow?
I
Because
have,
maybe
yeah,
tomorrow. But yeah,
tomorrow, yes, definitely.
yeah.
Rest
Thank
assured,
you.
everyone, whatever you have question, all your questions will be answered. Thank you, Ravi. Next, we can go ahead with Mahesh. Next.
Hello.
Yeah, Mahesh, go on.
Yeah, hi. Well, actually, my question is somewhat the same. I am basically from completely non-tech background.
Mhm,
I have about 13, 14 years of experience. So
mhm.
even listening about Scrum and reading about Scrum from quite some time.
Okay.
But this doubt, so I'm completely a non-tech guy. So would that be a suitable switch for me now?
Definitely, yes. And again, I just said how I will be talking about that tomorrow. So I just said I have various examples, success story. I will share so certain success story in tomorrow's session as well. Rest assured, if you want, if you're committed, you can make it. How it will be done, we'll be talking definitely in the tomorrow's class.
Sure. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Next, we can go ahead with Bhimayya. If I'm pronouncing your name correctly, you can unmute yourself. Yep, go on.
Hi, Jitendra. Yes. Recently, I just switched from HR to BA, and
Okay.
I have worked out like being a Scrum Master. Will the BA's role will divert, or as a BA is also being to get that Scrum Master certification and working is necessary. Like how is that? Is it two different role or is a part of BA or how it is? Like little confused with that.
So first of all, congratulations for you for this transition. In fact, you are example for so many people over here, like who has this mindset limiting belief that, hey, I'm in a different background. I can come in IT and all. So we have a right example to someone
Yeah.
from HR has transitioned the BA and looking forward for the Scrum. So yes, it's definitely possible. And now to answering your question, BA closely work with the Scrum Master. So definitely, in fact, if you give a BA interview, they'll be asking, I would say around 20% of the questions will be for the Scrum. If you are someone who want to excel in the BA role, definitely you need to have a good knowledge of Agile. Also, if you are someone who want to transition in the Scrum, then also this knowledge is going to be helpful for you. So either journey you choose, it's needed for you.
Okay, necessary to know about the framework is it will help in the
Exactly.
actually,
Exactly.
yeah.
In fact,
And
I also started my career as a BA. Then while I working as a BA, sometime as a BA, they will give you additional stuff to work as a Scrum Master. So that's where my transition started. I started working, play as a Scrum Master, then I found this role interesting, and then I transition in this. So it's needed, definitely.
yeah, and I have one last question, like again related to this. I think I have already pinged individually to you instead of pinging everyone. As a
Okay.
salary, you have mentioned that it is a 2x of years. So in that consideration, I have only 8.4 years of experience.
Mhm.
And right now, if I compare according to that, I'm little way beyond the salary range. I'm like at the higher end, I could say.
Okay. No. So again, nothing to worry on that. 2x, what I said is the average. So average comes from the minimum from the maximum as well. 2x was the higher 3 years back before COVID. Now 2x is the average. If you are on the 3x, then you can say that, yes, I am kind of good. Okay. If you are more than 3x, then you can say, yes, I am maybe in the upper bracket. But if
Yeah,
someone
I
between,
mean, I'm more than 3x at this point.
then you are doing good, I must say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what, because again, switching it may get into a trouble, right? Like without having much.
Maybe we can discuss on that individually. But yeah, 3x is a good number, I must say that.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right. So thank you. Next, we have Anupam Mukherjee here. Anupam, you can go on.
Yeah, hi. Just one small understanding which I needed is I have already pursued the certification from Simply Learn on Scrum Master,
Mhm.
but I mean, it was during the COVID time which I did. But after that, I mean, I have been trying for the Scrum Master role quite for some time now. but I mean, unable to get through. Like, I mean, wherever I am giving the interviews, uh, they are simply asking for the experience of Scrum Master, like big organizations. I shouldn't name the organizations on a public forum, but I have got this very bitter experience on giving interviews for a Scrum Master role. With an experience of around close to 12.5 years on ITIL methodologies and complete Agile framework and everything. And but still, I'm unable to get through to the Scrum Master job profile. So, what can be the possible lackings, and what could be the things that we can look on, or is there anything that I should focus on primarily to get through?
Right. So Anupam, on that note, I just said that you have given certain interviews and companies are looking for some practical experience.
Correct.
And right. So are they doing wrong? The answer is absolutely no, they're doing right. In fact, let's say you have to hire someone. You will be looking for someone who has just done a certification, or you will be looking for someone who has practical knowledge. Definitely the practical knowledge, right?
Correct.
So if you say that, hey, I have done the certification, let me tell you, any certification you do, it's just 5% role in getting the job. It's all about the knowledge, and much more than that, whatever knowledge you are having, how you are portraying the knowledge with some real-time example, so that persons would able to make a sense that, hey, it's not only about the theory or certification, you're giving some valid, right examples. And that is what it makes the difference.
Okay, so I mean, all these points we'll be discussing on tomorrow's session, tomorrow and day after session.
Partially, yes. Because again, it's not only about the interview that I have to talk about. I have to deliver certain content. But yes, tomorrow I will be giving you a roadmap how you can plan for it in a better context.
And as I heard, you mentioned something about a paid program from your side. So I just wanted to know, I mean, a little bit. I mean, how much would that paid program cost us, and will there be any certifications involved? Will we be getting any benefits out of that, like job assistance, or maybe some kind of support in building our resumes and everything to do this?
So I would say, again, in short, I cannot reveal the price. It's going to be very minimum price than whatever value you're expecting. And rest assured that whatever anyone is looking for to get in the job, everything is there in my program, including your CV, including your profile optimization, everything is there. I will talk about that in tomorrow's session in detail.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Next, we can go ahead with Sneha. Sneha, go on.
Yeah, hi. This is Sneha Chakravarti. Good evening, sir. I just had a question. I have worked as an implementation specialist in the banking and the finance domain. And we do follow the software development life cycle. And I'm really interested in learning Scrum. Because nowadays, so I don't know where does the implementation specialist fit in the role, because we used to handle the projects end to end, and this is the flow that used to happen, which is requirement analysis, planning, maintenance, planning, development. So where does the implementation fit in this role? Because we wouldn't do anything as of development. So I'm really interested to learn Scrum. So if you could just make me understand, where does the implementation specialist fit in this model? Yeah.
So one follow-up question, why you want to learn Scrum? I think you are muted. Okay, unmute yourself. Why you want to learn Scrum?
Because I'm getting a lot of interview calls, because as the moment they are seeing that I have done this end-to-end project management and I am going through interviews, and the moment they start asking me questions on Scrum and I'm all blank. I love the Agile methodology with the Scrum model. So it is my area of interest and I would really love to learn that. So that's the reason why nowadays, if they need a manager, see, I used to work as a database administrator. So I've got some technical expertise pertaining to cloud and databases. So I wanted to have this additional skill set of Scrum, because it's a very common thing that they need nowadays. So
all right,
that's why.
So why I asked you the question, because you said that you have good experience in the implementation, what you have worked on. But why I asked the question, because now you're not looking a job in implementation. You're looking for, let's say something related to the Scrum Master. So
Correct.
what you need to know is about Agile, about the Scrum framework, and whatever you have done, you have to portray something that
Yes.
whatever you did, you worked as a Scrum
Hmm.
Master. It's not
Correct.
real, but you have to make the story around that. And easily you can do
Okay.
because you have worked on something in real.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's where you have to communicate. That's where you have to portray your background, and you will be able to. It's just a matter of 2-3 interview of practice, and you'll be able to get it.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I would be looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, we can go with SN. You can unmute yourself. You have a question.
Hello, sir. Sir, I
Yep.
have a experience in HR data analytics role,
Mhm.
but I'm on a career break.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking for options. And my cousin recommended Scrum Master.
Mhm.
So that's when I got to know about your program. So, and today I'm here. So will that be helpful? If I'm looking for coming back to the corporate and corporate job, and then will this Scrum Master help me in terms of good
Uh,
role or good opportunity?
So short answer, definitely yes, it is helpful and definitely you can make it. And again, in spite of me saying yes, it's possible, let me give some example. I had a student, she did MCOM in 2007. 2007 to 14, she worked in ICICI Bank as a backend operations executive. 14 to 21, she was on a career gap because of a family. Normally it happens. And then 21, she thought to get started in the IT. She attended the program and within a month, she got the job. So
Okay.
yes, it's possible. How it's possible, again, I will talk about that in tomorrow's program.
Okay, sure, sir.
All right. Okay, next we can go to Catherine. Catherine, if you have a question, go on. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, good evening. So I have 10 years of experience in IT. I have been working in testing. So recently I've completed my PSM certification.
Okay.
That's on March starting. So from then I have been applying for Scrum Master roles, but I am not getting any interview calls. So I just want to understand what can be done with regards to that to first get in the interview calls.
All right. So you have done already the PSM and you're not getting the interview call, right?
Correct.
So again, just I would like to give 2-3 pointers and which definitely may helpful for you. First of all, need to work on the CV, and considering if CV is not optimized, need to mention the specific keywords in your CV. And apart from that, over here, mostly you'll get call from the naukri.com, right? So you optimize your profile, use the specific keywords which you have learned in the Scrum class over there. And also you need to update your profile on daily basis. Just follow these 2-3, definitely you'll get the call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Next, we can go ahead with Jyoti. You have a question? Okay, Jyoti, you can unmute yourself. Yep, go on.
Hi, good evening.
Yep, go on.
Yeah, so basically, I have experience in automotive industry. I have been in here into 14 years in program management. We follow this PDCA methodology and product development methodology. So basically, I have also a basic level certification of Scrum. So my wife is also from IT industry. So I have been looking into career transition from last 1.5 years. So I have not started giving the interviews, but I want to proceed further with this. So like you said that there is opportunity, ample opportunity. And the thing is that we have to work upon. So the specific question is that is there further progress avenues also?
Means like you start a career as Scrum Master, then further, or
Yeah. Like here in particularly, I am into a program manager, project management. As a senior project manager, I'm here. So career progression is there.
Definitely, yes. In fact, I talked about that in the starting of the session. So you start as a Scrum Master, Senior Scrum Master, Agile Coach, and then there are further avenues over there. And now other possibility for you, you can start as a Scrum Master, Senior Scrum Master with some experience over here. You can further plan for the program management and those roles as well over here. That is also possible. Ample opportunities are there.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Next, we can go ahead with Janice. You can unmute yourself. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on. Unmute again.
Are you able to hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
go on.
thank you. So my name is Janice. I just wanted to check, like, I have a good experience of 22 years in travel. And then I had a gap from last year, Jan, till now. I'm not working, but I have some exposure of Scrum and Agile. I have worked in some project in my previous work as a BA also, but that was very, very partial. Now I want to, switch to working now. So is there like, if I go ahead with Scrum and other things, like, will this help me, or like, because was into a different line into travel, and now I'm going into the IT line, will this be suitable for me, or I should look for something else?
So if you have observed the conversation of previous around, I would say 5-10
Yeah.
individuals, everyone is coming on almost similar background, right? Not in the
Right.
IT, want to transition. So
Yes.
yes, definitely it's possible.
It is possible.
Yes, first thing. Second, let's say you said that something around 22 year in IT,
Yeah.
how it works, like for the Scrum, what I do filter, person must have done bachelor at least 5 years back. 5 to 15, 20 is something ideal. That definitely, that experience you can portray, you can do something. More than that, it will not be so many calls, but yes, it's possible. People have done.
But I don't have any IT knowledge. Like, I am completely from a travel background. I have done a portion of BA. I have done a BA job.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Most of the people who are here right now on the call are similar background as you.
Right.
90% of students who come to me in my regular class, they are not in IT and they get in the Scrum Master job. So nothing to worry on.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so just stay for tomorrow as well. You'll get better clarity on it. All right. Then next I can see Nisha. Yeah, Nisha, go on. You can unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi, sir. This is Nisha here. I am a quality assurance engineer. Last 6 years, I am working with a manufacturing company. So I want to transfer for my career in IT. So because I have a non-IT background, so is it possible?
Again, I would say repeated question. Yes, it's possible. How to do it? We need to play around something with the current job designation, and you have to portray something that whatever you have done, it was in a Scrum way. How to do it, maybe we'll talk about tomorrow. But yes, short answer, definitely it's possible.
Okay.
Okay. So all right. So thank you. So that's all I can see as a career change, Jira admin or Scrum Master. Definitely the Scrum Master is a better option. Scrum certificate is mandatory for non-IT experienced professional. No, Vamsi, it's not mandatory. If you're having, it's good. In fact, I recommend everyone, you can mention in your CV that yes, you are certified. Whenever required, you can do that. That's nothing to worry. Willing to talk to you personally, possible. Yes, you can text me. You got already the message from that number. I'm in the group as well. And okay. Thanks everyone. Thank you for joining over here. We'll meet tomorrow, same time, same link. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you.